trillions will flow through cryptos like Stellar XLM, and Zioncoins will benefit. How am I deriving at that conclusion? How am I getting to that point? Well, before all of that, please like and subscribe. It helps us with the YouTube algorithm, and I can keep delivering more and more content like this to you more frequently. Now, with that aside, let me just say this. It's about the fundamentals. What is going on in the wider market? What is affecting crypto? What are people actually interested in? We need to look at news that hasn't really got much coverage at the moment. And it is about banking. It is about cross-border payments. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about SWIFT. The SWIFT adoption of ISO20022. Now, some people think this is just an irrelevant thing. It's just a messaging system, which of course it is. But it's a new standard of messaging system. It's an upgraded messaging system that uses XLM, and you're able to get much richer data. And it means also interoperability with blockchains. Clearly. Now, for this to happen, there has to be an intermediary. Okay? One company or another. We'll get to that point later on. But as it stands, SWIFT has switched it on. It's all on. And we really need to look at when this has occurred and what could be expected. And what could be expected for blockchain. Let's discover that. Nathan, over to you.
Okay, that's great. Thanks for that, Nathan. So, yes, SWIFT are leading the way with ISO 20022. And what is being said in the SWIFT community? Migration for cross-border payments has begun after years of preparation by the financial community. Now, if you remember, we covered this extensively many months, almost a year ago now. And we made a link with cryptos to ISO 20022. It is just a messaging standard, but this messaging standard does actually mean interoperability. I read on. This marks a huge milestone for payment industry and the start of coexistence, period. What does that mean, do you think? Think about it. Of coexistence, period. Coexistence of what? Yes, you could talk about interoperability with different payment channels. And yes, you can actually talk about interoperability with crypto. So, moves on. Congratulations to everyone involved in this. Let's just get a little bit more on this subject, because I think we need to know slightly more as to what's been said, and is the rollout complete right now? So, moving forward. Migration to the ISO 20022 standard for cross-border payments and reporting, CBPR+, successfully began on the 20th of March 2023, marking an important milestone for the global payment industry. Both MT and ISO 222 messaging will be supported through November 2025. After years of intense preparation by the global financial community, the migration of ISO 222 for cross-border payments and reporting, CBPR+, officially began on March the 20th. This marks a significant milestone for the payments industry and the start of coexistence period until November 2025. So this coexistence period is the current standard to the new standard, where the current standard will be phased out. And when I say the current standard, I mean the standard before ISO 222 was implemented, okay? So the previous standard, all right, will be phased out in the coming years, 2025. where both MT and ISO messaging systems will be supported, enabling financial institutions to migrate to the new standard at their own pace. Okay, we look forward to continuing to work with the payments industry to unlock new opportunities as institutions move to fully adopt ISO 20022 and benefit from their richer, more structured data. And that richer, more structured data is XLM based. So there's so much more you can do with that. It's internet, effectively. Better data means better payments. The rich and structured data enabled by ISO 20022 is an essential element of the next generation of payments. It's the foundation for financial institutions to work smarter and faster, leading the greater operational efficiency, improved data analytics and compliance, new opportunities for innovation and enhanced customer experience that promises to transform the payments landscape. The go live of ISO 20022 for CBPR Plus and the start of the coexistence period presents the huge collective effort of the entire SWIFT community and open significant possibilities for the future, said Pat Antonassi, Chief Customer Experience Officer at SWIFT. We look forward to continuing to work with the payments industry to unlock new opportunities as institutions move to fully adopt ISO 20022 and benefit from the richer, more structured data. Looking forward, we're now entering the next stage of the community's adoption journey as we move toward fully community-wide adoption of ISO 222 and its rich data structures, and so on and so forth. So we also continue to support real-time gross settlement systems, RTGS, in adopting ISO 222 for domestic payments, which several major markets infrastructures already migrating or preparing to adopt the standard on the 20th of March. Real-time gross settlements, obviously we have real-time gross settlements in the UK. We're talking about Australia, Canada, Europe, zones 1 and 2, New Zealand, also all migrating. And obviously, if you want to find out more, but we know about this, but where is the relation to crypto? Well, let's hop back over to a previous video I did, just briefly, and we'll see the link between that. Nathan, over to you.
Okay, that's great. Thanks for that, Nathan. So, okay, we know ISO 20022 is rolling out. And really what we need to do is look for the link between ISO 222 and blockchains, chains plural. Because with this new messaging system, we're getting rid of the old antiquated system into the new system. It's much more secure, faster and reliable, and it then means that actually blockchain companies, blockchain firms, exchanges can interoperate either via their bank or actually just directly with a blockchain. So no need for a bank ultimately. How that will work is questionable, but I believe with the TC307 committee, which Gilbert Verdane is on, he will be providing the overledger, which will enable all blockchains, or whichever blockchains interoperate with the overledger, to connect via the ISO 200-2022. So it's at this point that the research has to be done into quant for the overledger. Now don't get me wrong, for Stellar, IBM did have a connection with Stellar via the IBM WorldWire. That package, that software, that program has been open sourced, it's still functional. And I believe that you can contact IBM, spin it up on your server, and away you go. However, it's really ideal for anchors to pursue that if they want to, but there are bridges available already, like bridging through Stripe. But if you wanted to be a firm like Stripe, that's perfect for you. So you can enable this faster stream of payments. Now, research again has to be done into this, but with IBM in that committee standard, ISO20022, that is a defined route to that messaging standard for Stellar, if you're an anchor. Having said that, if you just want interoperability without having to have the issue of being an anchor, you may well be able to go through Quant. Now, this is obviously all in development. I have some research to do into Quant to see how the interoperability works, if it works, what work is required to have interoperability. And with that, you need to watch the next video, because it's on Quant, on Gilbert Verdane, and what the vision of the Overledger blockchain future looks like for this interoperability with this messaging standard. Now, what we need to do is keep an eye on what this payment channel is doing, this payment messaging system is doing, because clearly the Fed are gearing up for something, ECB are gearing up for something. We've got mayors of USA states declaring that they do not want a CBDC. This could be good or bad, because it's a good thing in terms of the control that this CBDC may have over people. A bad thing that in terms of adoption. And the CBDCs are good if they're going to be on a particular blockchain, if they're going to be on the blockchain that we're supporting. Great, yes, run your stable coin. This is what it is ultimately. Run your stable coin off the blockchain that we support, right? Yeah, of course. But with those controls over people in the long run, is that democratization of money? Not really. Not in my opinion. But in order to have true democratization of money, you may need to have a clear and transparent opposite on the same blockchain network. In any case, I'm Nathan, aka Nathan of Zion. Smash the Zion coin up there and check out the next video. It's an older one, 8 months ago. Gilbert Verdane, Quant. See you in the next one. Have a great day now. Take care.